Hello and welcome to the second video in Birth of Elvenhome. What you see in front of you, let's just circle down a wee bit, there we go, is the start of the viaduct, which came a couple of days ago, and today, whilst I was waiting for something to be delivered, which you'll see in just a moment, I started building the viaduct, which is going to be a 5-arch viaduct that takes the branch line up to the town of High Elven. Along with this, from Hatton's, the very nice people at Hatton's, for some money, sent me some nice Hawksworth coaches, which I'll show in a later video, because other things have arrived, which I will be, hopefully, in this video, unpacking and erecting. But just to show you that anything needs to be brought into service for railway modelling, voila, a rolling pin. The brown pieces of plastic need to be curved in order to see if I can show you, fit into the slots. You can just really see there the slots that are in forming the brick arches underneath the viaduct. I've already had a go at doing that, and they need to be really well curved to get through. However, the more important thing, and the reason why I've had the day off work and why people have been puffing up the stairs with parcels, is what lies at the other end of the room, which I will now show you as we turn round. There we go. Those 5 parcels there are the baseboards delivered from White Rose Model Works today. In addition, the parcel there standing up are the back scenes, and as you see, none of this is opened yet, so you're going to see it about the same time as I am. But more importantly, and what I've been having great fun going through this afternoon, is this, which is all the track that we need for the layout. There's double slips and all sorts of things in there, point motors, a box of Code 55 FlexiTrack, turntable, and various other bits and bobs. So this has been like Christmas Day, and it is great fun. Now, what I'm going to hope to try and do with this video is to show you me unpacking all this stuff and erecting the baseboards. Apparently this wonderful video camera can record things and put them into fast motion, a bit like Benny Hill. Ooh, there we go, that's better. So, I'm going to turn off now, and the next time you come on, you will probably see me herring around like a blue-ass thingy-bobby. Okie doke, see you in a minute. Okay, well, you can see me running around in great speed doing this. This bit lasts for about 3 minutes, and it shows me unpacking everything. I'd originally intended that I would erect everything as well, but I was so shattered once I got all this unpacked that it takes me a little while before I come back. So enjoy me running around and wearing myself out, and then you'll come back to the video a bit later. I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, well, it's now 2 days on from the last shot that you saw. The baseboards have been erected, and here they are in all their glory. I'll come back a little bit. So now you can see where I'm going to be building Elvenhome and get some idea of the size of what the layout's really going to look like. In the first video I was standing about here waving in the corner, and now you get an idea. These really are superb baseboards provided by White Rose Model Works. If you need baseboards built for you, they're the people to go to. I don't have the space to do any woodworking of any substance really, and I don't have the power tools apart from anything else, and I'm not sure my woodworking skills would be up to building the baseboards. The property we're in is rented, so I can't go building battens on walls and things. So buying the baseboards is useful both for actually giving me a good surface, but the beauty of these baseboards is they all come apart again, so if and when we move it will be fairly easy to take this down. So when I build the layout, it will be built around the sections. There are 4 sections to the system. Oops, sorry. There's one little board here, you can see the clasp gives you an idea. One little board here, one large board and another large board of the same size here, clasp, and then a sideboard. And the back scenes go all the way around. I may have made a mistake with the back scenes because it's likely I'm going to need to raise. I don't want to drill great holes in this, not least because it's MDF, and I'm not particularly keen on using MDF in an enclosed space, drilling it. But I've already worked out how I can raise the layout up. I want to do the landscaping on this layout anyway. So the track is sort of vaguely laid out how it's going to be. It's still in its packet, so it's quite hard to work out. But if you look at the bottom here, what's essentially going on is the up fast line going across a double slip, which takes you into the piece at the bottom here, around here, which will be the branch line, which will then wind its way all the way up to Elvenhome. What I'm going to do in a moment is move all this stuff away and try and lay out as best I can where all the buildings and things are going to go, and then let you have a look at that. But it's quite exciting. All the track is here, as you can see. There's plenty of track to be laid. I've just received my pack of wiring stuff from Express Models. Everybody raves about Express Models. There's so many YouTube videos will tell you about them. And I think it's going to be really great fun. A bit daunting at the moment because of course it's all just empty. But it is going to be good fun. So I'll come back in a moment once I've laid all the buildings out to give you a better idea of where Elvenhome is going to be. Okay, welcome back. Well, I've now laid out the baseboard, cleared away the track and things, to give you a bit of a tour of Elvenhome. These are just some of the buildings, are more yet to be built. I mentioned here that this is the area where the TMD, the MPD will be. So there'll be 2 of those engine sheds there, coaling stage behind, ratio kit. Have yet to work out how to put the fence on the top up. That didn't work out too well when I tried to do that, so I need to scratch put something there. And then behind is where these houses are going to be. This is the first of 2 blocks. There's actually going to be a block. That's a single strand of houses there, then a block, then a second block here, and then another single strand to end off. And the area behind is going to be a common drying area, which will be accessible from a road that goes at the back. I've already thought that as this will be not long after the end of the Second World War, see if I can get a Nissen hut or something, or an Anderson shelter rather. Because the area was all turned over to vegetables, so there will still be some allotments in there to provide food for the people. There is the start of Weatherstop Station. What you can see here is the platform, which I've put on the wrong way around. Excuse me a moment. There you go. Voila. that bit is going to be the slope down which parcels move to get onto a island platform that will run along the back, because passengers, if I turn this round, on the other hand if I turn this round, go down, here we go, see if you can see this in the light. Don't know if you can see, there's one of the Metcalfe subways. So that's how passengers get down, but obviously parcels can't go down the stairs, so they have to go down through the subway. And on the platform on the other side, when I put it on, there'll be a ramp for parcels to come up as well as a subway for people, separating things out. So that should look quite good. And extending from the end of this will be the remainder of the bay platform for the branch line. So the branch line goes from platform 1, platforms 2 and 3 will be on the island. And that you can get a better idea if I show you again the layout map of how all that sits. So the bit that you can see now as the houses to the right, those 4 blocks. The long block is the island platform, and then the group of buildings to the left, which is the station. And so as you go round the layout, remembering that at the back of the layout all the time there is this incline going up, a 2% incline to get me eventually to 4 inches above the rest of the layout. You come to the brewery, which is now set up in all its glory, which will be served by a rail link with a siding. And then you come to, this may not stay here, I'm still making my mind up. This is a warehouse and factory. But it might be that I'll put that near the brewery, so there's a big industrial estate. So I've got some other things to build here. But the river will come through. In fact, this is probably a little bit too close. Let's move that there. The river will come through the central arch of the viaduct, which is at the back there. That's still in the process of being built, but is coming on nicely. So it's going to be a 5-arch viaduct, so there's more pieces to be done there. And that's taking the track up to the village of Elvenhome, which is represented here. Let's come out a bit on these boxes, but their boxes are actually roughly about the right size. So that's about, it will be a little bit higher because everything is going to be raised by about 1.5 inches for a reason that I'll explain in a moment. But that's where Elvenhome sits. So we've got the shop and cafe for the village church, and this is the single engine shed that will serve Elvenhome station. High Elven station. In fact, this will be a bit nearer to the backboard because the whole of this area will be a hillside with the track running in a loop underneath, emerging from 2 tunnels to bring it back around. Now, as I just mentioned, I am going to have to raise everything by about 1.5 inches because, as I said earlier, I really don't want to be drilling into this baseboard because, apart from the fact they've done a stunning job on it, it is MDF, I am in an enclosed area, and I'm not too keen about drilling that in an enclosed area. But I think looking at the point motors I've got and the clearance they need, if I can raise everything 1.5 inches, that will also help me with the landscaping for the dock area and the river. And you can see these by the light blue at the bottom here. So pretty much where I'm standing, where I'm showing here, is going to be a dock area into a bay, and then the river running off here through that central arch. And that's going to help actually because I think I can landscape the road to come in under the track and then swing up to Elvenhome station, to Weathertop station. So that's where I've got to so far. I'll put all this together and see if it makes sense, and if it does, you'll be watching it on YouTube. Not sure when the next video will go up because I want to wait until I've got something proper to show you as it starts to build, and that will all depend on how quickly I can get the materials to start lifting the track up. But I'm quite keen to get on with things, so hopefully within the next 2 or 3 weeks. But until then, thanks for watching if you have been, and I'll see you again.